Ready to go in the Princess Elizabeth Scotch College Melbourne against St Paul's School from the USA race. At Temple Island. Off they go. This will be a hot race, no doubt. Both of them qualifying for heats round 2 with some style yesterday. And keeping an eye on St Paul's School, who have immediately veered out towards the middle of the water. They'll need to correct and get back onto the back side of the water, which they do. So important to get out fast and early. So Mark Hunter vacating the commentary seat. He and his very expensive looking sunglasses are heading off to lunch, and I'll be here through until the lunch break at 12:30. His sunglasses cost marginally more than my car. Looking at Neil, good morning.
Good morning, Tim. Yeah, there's been
conditions.
Beautiful conditions. Very strong start from Scotch there, and St Paul's Concord were unfortunate in having to steer quite so dramatically along the course of the island. Both these crews have formed in this event. Scotch College actually won the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup just 2 years ago in 2017. St Paul's School Concord actually have a slightly longer history, but it's been a while since they've won it. They won first in 1980. In 94 and 2004 was the last time that St Paul's School made the trip over from Concord and returned with the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. And you can see that Scotch College really have taken a very commanding lead already, 2 to 3 lengths up.
Yeah, very commanding and looking smooth and relaxed, and they're really trying to put down a marker early on in the race. So an American clash with the Australians here in the Princess Elizabeth. We've got an increasingly international look to the programme as the regatta goes through today and into tomorrow. So relaxed at this stage. These conditions, though, if you had to order them up for Henley Royal Regatta, it's pretty much what you'd go for, isn't it?
Absolutely. Couldn't do any better than this, and to the extent that there will be some wind, it's going to be a nice following wind, so we could well see, as the wind gets up a little later in the day, some records under threat.
Temperature-wise, it's pleasantly warm, but not so warm that it's going to restrict the athlete's performance on the water. A little bit of a breeze at times, but not at the moment. And Scotch doing what they did yesterday, pulling away and hoping to maintain that lead down the water. And good performance yesterday, this boat, equally commanding. It's the way to do it, isn't it? If you can get yourself a lead early.
Absolutely. You have the sort of unique luxury in rowing of being able to look back at your opposition, which psychologically is just such a huge advantage. Allows you to manage your energy well, which of course in a multi-day event, the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup requires you to race on, in some cases 5 days to win, is incredibly important. These guys can look back, they can see exactly where their opposition are, they know how far in front they are and therefore how much they have in hand, and can focus on what's going to make them most efficient for the second half of this course. Efficiency and energy management are critical at this stage of the event.
Boat beat Bedford School yesterday, and it looks like they're going to be into Friday, providing no calamities strike in the second half of the race. Shifting along very elegantly. It's going to be a tough second half of the race for St Paul's School. They know that they've got an awful long way to make up here. On the Buck Station.
Yeah, this is a really impressive schoolboy crew. Actually, they've had some very strong performances so far this season, and not just at junior level. So they raced Elite 8 at Rotterdam last weekend and won in a time of 5:45 over 2,000 metres, which is a very impressive crew for a very impressive time for a schoolboy crew. There are many Elite 8s for which 5:45 would be an impressive time over 2K, and we've seen it from a crew of schoolboys in this Scotch College crew.
Yeah, it's become increasingly international since 1964, when overseas entries were first allowed in this competition, the Princess Elizabeth. first race coinciding with the first visit of Her Royal Highness Princess Elizabeth, who is now the Queen.
Indeed. And I think this event was started in 1946.
Yes, just after the Second World War. She first came to visit the regatta. Any news of any royal visitors this time round now?
If there were news, I don't think I'd be in a position to say so.
I was trying to trick you into making a terrible mistake.
I spotted that trap.
You did. You swerved that very well. Security risk if Neil spouts his knowledge on air. Right, this race is pretty much, you'd have thought, going the way of the Australians. They've had a very commanding lead, and actually credits to the Americans, they have reduced that lead a little bit in the second half of this race. They've kept the Australians honest, haven't they, in the back end of this race?
They have, although the Australians have, had the opportunity now to really drop the rate, and in fact, it looks like they're doing something of an exercise. You can see they're squaring their blades very early in the recovery. So they're taking advantage of the fact that they have enough in hand to drop the rate and actually focus on squaring their blades early. Not quite sure what everyone might make of doing a technical exercise whilst paddling in a heat.
Pressure training, that's what they call it. Archie Gilder Cox, just a few moments ago, a glance over the shoulder to see how far back St Paul's School was sitting, and he'd have been pretty pleased with what he saw. So here they come, Marcus Cameron in the stroke seat. Let's get this race under control. Archie Gill, the Cox with a quick nervous look back there, but no need for nerves. Over the line and safely home, Scotch College from Melbourne, Australia. Convincing win, comfortable win in the Princess Elizabeth.